Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and today I'm going to be taking you through my 10 early twin pregnancy symptoms. So if you think that you might be having twins, if you are pregnant and not sure what's going on, and maybe you're a little bit sus, you're definitely going to want to hear these symptoms. So some of these symptoms I had before I found out I was having twins, and then some of them I had before I found out I was pregnant. So don't go anywhere. Some of these symptoms are probably going to surprise you. Okay, number one, the first symptom that I had straight away that made me think maybe I'm pregnant is that I had a really heightened sense of smell. So like it was crazy. And some of the meats that I was smelling that normally I wouldn't notice were really potent to me, particularly like lamb. That was the one that I was like, okay, something's a bit off. So I had a roast lamb one night, and I was just like, oh, I'm just really not feeling it. Normally I would eat lamb, but I was like, it's quite gross to me right now, which I found kind of odd. And then like the next day I could still smell lamb, and I was like, where is this lamb? Like it's on something, like maybe I hadn't cleaned the sink enough or something like that. So I was like, something's going on. And then the next day after that, I was like, okay, meats are still putting me off. This is really strange. And like, I can just smell it. I can just smell meats, which is really odd. And I was like, that's so strange. Maybe I'm pregnant. I don't even know why I thought that. But then I was like, I'm going to go do a test. And then it was after the test that I was like, okay, I'm pregnant. So yeah, having a really heightened sense of smell was definitely the thing that tipped me that I was pregnant. Symptom number two is that I had extremely sore breasts. And I am not talking about like the usual monthly tenderness that you get. I'm talking about like next level. Like it would hurt me to even jog or run. I couldn't do. And this was before I realized I was having twins as well. So yeah, having really sore breasts was something that I was like, okay, yeah, I know I'm pregnant, but it was like, I'm really pregnant. The third early twin pregnancy symptom that I had was I was urinating multiple times, like so frequently, and particularly through the night as well. So I was waking up like almost every hour, definitely every 2 hours. And it was just really unusual because I've obviously never had bladder problems before, but you know, everything was already growing, and I was making space for what was to come, and my body was just responding to that. So yeah, I definitely had very frequent urination, and that's something that I think I had more of because a lot of people that have twins said that they need to go like more frequently. Yeah, just frequent urination around the clock, and being able to like hold my bladder was a real struggle as well. Okay, so number four is the fourth early twin pregnancy symptom that I had was that when I took the pregnancy test really early on, it showed up as like the little pregnant line on the strip really early. So it was like week 3, and like I wasn't even expecting my period until the week later, but I knew something was kind of up. So yeah, showing that it was pregnant really early on is definitely another twin pregnancy symptom, which leads me to symptom number 5, which is elevated or really high HCG levels. So that is the pregnancy hormone that you get. And obviously if you're pregnant with one, it shows up, and then if you're pregnant with multiples, it's usually double the amount of HCG levels, or if you've got triplets or whatever, it's going to be really high. So that's why sometimes when you take a pregnancy test early, it may show up because you're already producing that hormone and at a really rapid rate as well. Symptom number 5, and I remember this one really specifically because my husband went away and I was between 5 and 6 weeks pregnant. Didn't know we were having twins at the time, and my tummy decided to like really start like not popping, but like definitely growing. And it was like very noticeable because before I had my babies, I had a relatively flat stomach, and like yeah, as soon as I had I was pregnant with the twins between weeks 5 and 6, 100% it started like growing and popping out a little bit. And I was like, wow, my tummy is starting to pop early, like that's crazy. And I thought maybe I was just bloated or whatever, and not just being completely naive to the fact that when you have twins, your tummy grows and you start to show a lot earlier. So that was definitely something that I noticed, and my husband noticed as well, because when he got back from his trip, he was like, oh my goodness, your tummy has started to like grow a little bit already. And we were like, yeah, like how exciting kind of thing, like completely oblivious to the fact that we had twins on the way. Okay, so the next symptom is one that a lot of women had or have, and that is food aversions or nausea. So I had a lot of food aversions. To be honest, I didn't feel too nauseous a lot of the time, so I got pretty lucky in that sense. I remember there was a few times that I was like, wow, I feel extremely nauseous, but it wasn't too bad. And I actually didn't get any morning sickness, which is amazing. But yeah, definitely the food aversions is something that really hit early on, particularly things like eggs. Oh my gosh, like I normally have eggs for breakfast almost every morning, definitely every second morning. And when I was pregnant, I just could not even stand the smell of it. You could like, I could be in a different room at the other end of the house, and if my husband was making eggs, I'd be like, oh my God, it's disgusting, I'm gonna vomit. Like, yeah, eggs, meat. Yeah, there were a few things that I was just like, could not stomach. But food aversions is definitely one to look out for as well. So these next two symptoms go hand in hand, and it was a little bit hard because I was trying to manage this with the food aversion. So I also had a really increased appetite. So when you're having twins or multiples, you really should start putting on weight in the first trimester, which is different to a singleton. Usually the weight gain starts in the second and third trimester. But yeah, I definitely had to increase my calories because I was growing two tiny humans. That was kind of hard to do when, you know, some of the foods that you normally love, like that are high in protein, I couldn't stomach anymore. But that was definitely something that played out, I guess, throughout my whole pregnancy, but definitely I was extremely hungry early on, just ravenous, would eat anything. And then that also leads to the next symptom of like early weight gain, which is definitely a symptom if you're having twins or multiples, because you are so hungry, you're eating all the time, trying to keep up with all of the energy and kilojoules that you need. So that was definitely another symptom for me as well. Okay, so the next symptom was fatigue. And I know like a lot of pregnant women feel fatigue throughout their pregnancy. I found that it got me really early on in the pregnancy as well. So I found that in the early stages of the twin pregnancy, I was extremely fatigued. In the second trimester, I felt amazing. Like it was like all that fatigue had gone and I just got this energy. So I guess that's when a lot of women as well feel really good in their pregnancy, is that second trimester. But for the first trimester, and this was definitely an early sign of me being pregnant with twins, is that the fatigue was like next level as well. It was very exhausting, and I noticed that it was a lot more than usual. It wasn't just like a general tired or like, you know, needing to rest. It was like really fatigued. And lastly, and I know I've already touched on this already, but my stomach was really hard to hide. So I guess normally most people make sort of like a pregnancy announcement around the 12-week mark. Once you get through that first trimester and you're all in the clear, because I started to like grow, my stomach started to like grow from weeks 5 and 6, it made it really, really difficult to hide the pregnancy early on. So I found that by like week 10, it was like really, well, it was obvious to me and people that like know me and see me all the time that I was pregnant. I could hide it from other people a little bit more if I was wearing like baggy clothes and stuff. But by week 12, it was like, she's pregnant. So yeah, it was definitely your stomach starting to show and pop really early on is 100% multiples or twins coming your way. So there you have it. I hope that the signs and symptoms may help you on your pregnancy journey. And if you are having twins, congratulations. Welcome to the twin club. Twins pick their parents for a reason, and yeah, it's an amazing journey, and I hope that this may help or guide you in some way. And if you have any questions or want to know anything else about being a mum of multiples or a parent of multiples, please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell as well. So thanks for being here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.